subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Let me see. Let's get some other folks in here. Let's see. Because we do have a lot of people in here. We got a lot of people in the building. Let's get original blood in the building. Original blood. Where's Nicety? Nicety in here? Nicety, you in here, dear? Usually I see Nicety in here. I don't see Nicety. Original blood, what's up, brother?
Hey, greetings, Tariq. Tariq, I wanted to comment on when you talked about these ops. Now, I put a postcard in your purple pill. That's what I made back in the 90s. I don't know if you remember when the FBA community in Los Angeles had to go after KABC and Larry Elders with an S.
Yeah.
Because he was attacking black folks, and the community asked them to stop. They said he had the right to free speech. I went to one of their meetings, Tariq. It was being held at the Good Life Vegetarian Restaurant. And I said, what they had outsourced, they had a different postcard. They outsourced it to a printer, and the printer tried to jack the price up when he saw what the content of the cards were. I said, I'll do this for you, and this is my contribution to the fight. And Tariq, when we start sending those postcards out like that, it was me, a brother who was in marketing and advertising. We had an attorney, an accountant. We put our heads together, Tariq, and we came up with that postcard you see in your purple pill. And Tariq, they had ops coming up in the Good Life every week trying to figure out who was the leader. But you know what we did, Tariq? We took Dr. Claude Anderson horizontal leadership, no vertical leadership. So different people would get up and speak. So they couldn't figure out who the leader was. They tried hard, Tariq, but we whooped that ass. And Tariq, that went on for like over 10 years. And I'm back in Atlanta now, but we caused them to lose about $100 million in advertising revenue.
Oh,
so,
wow.
And see what happened. What you are saying, Tariq, is exactly true. When we stick together, we whoop that ass. And that's what we did in LA. And like now, and I put an image up of Lucy Macbeth. This is the platform that she just recently ran on and won. If you notice how she has what at the top of her list is gay rights. Yeah. Then on down further, she has what she's gonna do for the illegal aliens and all these other folks. They don't identify with us. And the reason I had to clip that because they try to make it so you can't just print an image of their platform out. So I had to use creative means to put that platform together. But people, these Democrats, they don't like us. They're not for us. So if they want our vote, they must deliver. And I land, Tariq.
My man, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right. All right. Shout out to everybody. How many people we got in here? Okay, we got a lot of people in here still. All right. Hold on. I was looking in the purple pill for what my brother was saying. Okay. What's this? April showers. Hop in here. April showers is really saying a lot in the April showers. Hop on in the thing. April showers seem like she has some disagreements. I'm looking in the purple pill now. And that's April showers. If you have something to say, beloved, hop on in here. Okay, hop on in here, April showers, because you're saying a lot in the purple pill. You would need to step on up. Let me get some more people in here. I was trying to find what the postcard the brother was posting in the purple pill. I can't find it. I'm looking through it. But anyway, I'll get to it a little later. Let me get Idris. Let's get Idris in here. Let's get Idris in the building. Idris, hop on. Idris, hop on in.
Yeah.
What's up, Idris? How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great, Tariq. I just want to go back to reparation that you were talking about. And And let's say it's like you said, you're gonna be able to retrace back all, the slave and with DNA and stuff. Let's say, for example, if you do a DNA test, you and somebody from Haiti that came like second generation Haitian person, and you and that person, you're both like DNA test is gonna come back to retrace back to Nigeria or somewhere Senegal.
Okay.
How are you gonna retrace back all those people and then give them the right? You said it's like the reparation and all that.
How do you give who reparations? Who?
Or the African American. You said like African American reparation.
Foundational Black Americans, yeah, because a lot of the designations, they don't really go off DNA. Just like with Native American tribes, they go off documents, paperwork. The red natives, I'm talking about the red natives, generally they don't go off DNA. They don't go off DNA because many of the red Native Americans ain't really Native American. Most of them were white people who bought themselves onto the tribes in the early 1900s. But also, if just because me and a Haitian person will have lineage that goes back to Nigeria, and that doesn't mean that we're from the same exact lineage because I have DNA and ancestry that goes here. Even if I trace back some lineage to Nigeria, I'm not a citizen of Nigeria. They're not giving me citizenship. So that shows I'm not of that lineage. I'm not even eligible for citizenship unless I give them a big ass bag. So we have a distinct lineage here based on the bloodline on this land. My DNA would go to this land too, which it does. My DNA shows that my family is over there near the Great Dismal Swamp in Virginia, North Carolina. So yeah, it's very easy to trace our paperwork to our lineage here. And my stuff wouldn't go back to Haiti. A Haitian person's lineage would go to Haiti. They could trace it to Haiti. But go ahead.
Okay, but how's it gonna trace it back? On the birth certificate, or like how's it gonna trace it back? Does the thing is, because every black person that's born in America on the birth certificate is African American, right? As a black person.
Yeah, a lot of black people in America, their lineage can go back to Africa, but that don't make us continental Africans, though, right?
Okay. Well, all right.
I mean, so why I'm trying to understand why are you confused by that?
Yeah, I'm very confused because like if you do a DNA test, it's gonna come back to Nigeria, probably somewhere in Benin, or like have you done your DNA test?
I have, and they
Oh.
got my DNA. Some parts are in Europe. Some of it is here on this land. Some is in Asia. The African DNA is all over. They got some in West Africa, Central Africa. They got me over in Mozambique somewhere too. So it's very vague. It's all over the place.
Central Africa. Where exactly in Central Africa?
Excuse me. But yeah,
Where,
like I
where,
said, over in different parts, West Africa, Mozambique, Central Africa. Just like I said, it's very vague. It's all over Africa, but that don't mean nothing. Everybody goes to Africa. Everybody.
Asia probably is gonna be 0.0005%. Europe probably is like 0.00%, but in Africa probably is gonna be 99%, like 99.9% Europe from Africa. Is that right?
Not on that 99%, like 70%.
70%.
Yeah. Because a large percentage also goes to Europe. Am I European?
Well, I don't think so.
Right. I'm not a continental African either. See how that works?
For example, let's say it's like, if I do my DNA test, I'm going to come probably it's like, my DNA test is going to come 99.9% from Africa.
Yeah, because you are from Africa. You're a continental African.
Yeah, but there's no difference between you and me and somebody else from Haiti. That's
No,
what I'm saying.
it
We're
is.
all the same.
No, we have a different lineage. If we're all the same, why do y'all have all those different tribes in Africa?
Yeah, the tribe doesn't mean anything because, like, let's say in China, like when you go to China, it's like 1,000 years ago, they have a tribe too.
Those tribes do mean something in Africa because they still have them, and there's still tribal differences, tribal beefs, and nobody's getting together collectively based on those tribal beefs. So those tribes mean something over there. Why? You can't tell me those tribes don't mean nothing when you have what went down over there in Rwanda with the Tutsis.
And Utu, yeah. Tutsi and Utu, yeah.
Yeah, you can't say that don't mean nothing when people are slaughtering the hell out of each other. Yeah, it means something. Right?
Well, that's back in the days. Yeah, that back in the
Back,
days. It's just a political problem, I think, it's like between them.
back in the days, nothing. They still have those tribal beefs over there. Over in Ethiopia, those different tribal groups are beefing over there. West Africa, they're beefing over there still. Nobody's getting on code. So yeah, those tribes mean something, sir. Right?
Well, I don't think it's mean anything. I don't think it's mean anything.
Well, then why do they have so many of them then?
For example, let's say me, like if I trace back my family, probably they came from Yemen somewhere, and Yemen or like
Now where were you born? Where were you born? Because
I was born in Sudan.
Sudan. Okay. Oh my goodness, dude, y'all got tribal stuff going on over there, and then y'all sent Myron Gaines over here.
Yeah, Myron is a very smart guy. Yeah.
He's a very smart guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you agree with a lot of his stuff, his ideology?
Some of them, yeah, some of them.
Now, family, I want y'all to hear this. This is very important. This is why I get on the tethers about Myron, because a lot of them are on the same page as Myron. This is what I've been telling y'all. Myron is not some anomaly from his culture. A lot of them over there, they never check Myron. I want y'all to hear this, and I'm glad he's saying this. You're hearing it from the horse's mouth. Every time we get in on Myron and all that, the tether class call up and they start reprimanding us. Oh, you niggas should not be so xenophobic. They never talk about Myron. That's because many of these guys agree with all of that anti-FBA gibberish Myron spews. So I just wanted y'all to hear this from your own ears. Let me get Brother McCall in here. Brother McCall, hop in, sir.
Great Minister of Code, how art thou?
My brother, I am so good. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. Just living a dream and winning and listening to this Arab Sudanese claim to be an indigenous uh, Sudanese. This is why he agrees with Myron. They're all Arabs.
Oh,
Mr. Idris, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. So your position is essentially this, that foundational Black American freedmen are the same people as the people on the continent which your ancestors invaded. Is this correct?
Definitely, definitely. You guys from Africa, all of you guys from Africa. For example,
Okay.
you're gonna retrace back. Are you African American?
I am an enlightened Black American freedman, foundational to the North American continent. And you are what we will call what we call historically sea people, Khas from essentially Central Europe or the Eurasian steppes. Did you know that?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Did you know that once upon a time, uh, your ancestors, the Khas, uh, considered the East Asians yellow? Did you know that?
Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, good. You didn't. But before that, they considered, again, your ancestors, the so-called Aryan East Indians, yellow. Did you know that?
No,
Okay.
well, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. And do you know why they stopped?
Nope.
Okay. Because the East Asian and East Indian government lobbied the Western nations and made them stop calling them yellow. But prior to the East Asians being called yellow, they were called white. Did you know that?
No, well, like let's say if you trace back all the humans that came from Africa, that's
Where?
what they told us.
Where in Africa?
Somewhere in Africa. I don't know
Okay,
exactly where it is, but somewhere in
I
Africa.
got you. I got you. But
All the humans.
there was no place called Africa. Did you know that, sir?
Somewhere on Earth is a continent right now.
Okay, so the point I'm making, sir, is excuse me. People like you woke up and decided to name randomly, just name a group of people based on skin color so that they can group them in particular categories to control, to disorient, to mislead, and to have these conversations that we're having today. That's why you think you're an African and not an Arab. Thank you, dear
I'm
brother. I'll land for that. And thank you, Mr. Idris, for the opportunity to speak. Everyone, take care. Love you all.
Well, thank you, brother.
I'm just going to respond to that, brother Michael. I'm not misleading anybody. So what I'm saying is, we all came from Africa. All the African American in the United States, Haitian, some people in Brazil, in Dominican Republic, in Cuba, all these people, they came from Africa. They were retraced back to Africa. For example, Tariq said, it's like, like African American are different. So they're not different. They're all from Africa. You're not going to be able to retrace back who's who. Like, let's say it's like Haitian second generation. They're African American.
Idris, how come we can tell a foundational Black American from a Sudanese? How come we can tell the difference?
Well, the thing is, like, because, well, there's not a lot of Sudanese people brought them in United States during the slavery. You're not going to be able to retrace back, like those African American DNA to Sudanese people. Because the thing is, you're going to retrace them back to Nigeria, Benin, and Senegal, and also Guinea, and yeah.
No, no. Wouldn't we be able to trace them back from Sudan, from the area that's now known as Sudan, because it wasn't Sudan then? Why wouldn't we be able to do that?
Well, Sudanese people is like mix of people, right? There's South and North. I don't know if you know that. Some people are like light skin, some people are like dark skin. And in Africa is mix of a lot of tribe. And as they move from one place to one place. And after they divide to a country and Sudan become a country, there is a north side, and then now it's like there is a south side. And the dark people, they live on, I think it's like the south side. And then the light skinned people, they live in the south side. No, the north side. And the dark people, they live in the south side.
Okay. Now we got to understand there was a lot of slavery going on the east coast of Africa too. Zanzibar and that area. You had Tipu Tip, one of the biggest slave traders over there. So some of those people were reaching the Americas as well. But
Well, those people, when you go to Qatar, have you been to Qatar before?
I've not been to
The native like black people are black people in Qatar, and most of them's like they're being taken from Zanzibar and Kenya and all this coast.
Yeah, there was the Arab slave trade that was going on. They were bringing people, they were taking them to the Middle East and places like that. But some of those Arab slave ships were doing trade and business with the British. So a lot of East Africans ended up over here too, especially from Zanzibar. So there was a mixture. And also, people were coming in or being brought out from the interior of Africa to the coasts. You understand? That's why when we do our DNA testing, our DNA is all over the place. It's all over Africa's different parts, not just one section. But the point is, we can look and see now, just phenotypically, that there are a lot of people, especially just using your homeland, for example, the Sudan. We can tell a Sudanese person is not a foundational Black American just by looking at him. So we're not exactly the same, right?
Well, like the Sudanese people are like probably like 80%, 99% are African. You will retrace back to Africa. But you will say it's like you will retrace back to Africa. 99%. You're not from Europe. You said it's like 70%. That's not true. That's
What's
that's not true. You're gonna retrace back. It's like I think it's like 99% or 99.9%. You're from Africa.
No, I'm not, sir. No, you cannot tell me what's on my DNA test. I've seen my DNA test. I'm not 99% African. Why would I be 90? How would I be 99% African and my people have been on this land for centuries? It would be impossible for me to be 99% African, sir. It would literally be genetically impossible for me to retain 99% African DNA structure, being on this land so long. Also mixing in with the indigenous population, the indigenous aboriginals here. It's no. And most of us in here, most foundational Black Americans, um, will have 20 to 30% European DNA or some indigenous DNA here. None of us foundational Black Americans are 99% African at all. None of us. Who's been here from the very beginning, whose lineage traces back to the foundation of this country. We're just not, sir. That's why when we go to Africa, when I go to Africa, they know that I'm not from there. Even when I dress the part, they look at me and tell, okay, I'm from somewhere else. You must be American. They just know. And I know that they're not from our bloodline or our lineage.
Yeah, probably the way you behave, the way you dress, but when you go deeper in your DNA, so nothing is gonna change. Nothing.
But sir, you do realize we can look at you. We know that for the most part, we know that you're not from the lineage. We know that you're not a foundational Black American. We know. Do y'all think y'all really be blending in like that?
I'm not. I'm not gonna. Well, I haven't been brought to like my grandparents that haven't been brought to United States during the slavery. So I
But
wouldn't say it's like like I am.
y'all don't really blend in like you think you do. We kind of know. We know, brother.
But what I'm talking about is like those Haitian people I've been in Haiti for like in Haiti for like hundred of years.
Okay,
Those
what about
people,
it? Keep bringing up.
those people, those people are like African American.
No, they're not. Unless some of them come over and just start emulating us. But when you go to places where they are retaining a lot of that Haitian culture, we can tell. Like places in Miami, you can kind of tell a Haitian guy. But a lot of times they'll come over and just kind of emulate us. They have to really, really, really emulate us to kind of blend in, but they're not like us all the way. There's a different vibe, different energy. There's a camaraderie, but they're cultural differences. There's DNA and genetic differences. They're not the exact same.
But those that's more migrant does. It came just, like recently. But like, how you gonna differentiate like those people that came? It's like, let's say, like 50 years ago.
Because my family was here way before 50 years ago. Us foundational Black Americans, we don't have immigrants in our family. I don't have any immigrants in my family.
You don't have
That's
a migrant in your family?
immigrants, no immigrants.
Okay, but like your grandparents, they came from somewhere, though.
No. All of my family, their foundation is here. Nobody immigrated here from anywhere. My family built this place. When you build something from scratch, you are, by definition, not an immigrant to it. By
So
definition, you're not. When you build something from the ground up, you are the foundation, not an immigrant. We are indigenous to the United States. We are the foundational inhabitants of the United States.
what about like the Indian American?
The red natives had nothing to do with building the United States. Absolutely nothing.
So were there before like African American or like?
No. You had red natives who were here with Black Aboriginal people, and the Black Aboriginal people were reclassified as Negro, then mixed in with the Black Africans who were brought over. That became foundational Black Americans, sir.
Yeah. So now you're like confusing me very well. But I don't understand you anymore. But
You
I think
shouldn't
like
be.
Black people, like
Go down. You should be confused. What are you confused about?
all is gonna come back to the DNA test. If you do your DNA test, you say it's like you're like African American, like the Black
Never
Foundation and all.
I'm African American. I'm foundational Black American. I'm not a continental African. Africa is a place, not a race. I'm a foundational Black American. I didn't come from Africa as an immigrant. Now, trying to point to African DNA, everybody has African DNA, sir. So that's redundant. We had what's called an ethnogenesis. So we are a unique ethnic group, right?
Well, if that's what you said, but well, anyways,
Am,
it's good to talk to you.
am I Sudanese? If I go to Sudan, would I be considered a Sudanese person?
If you retrace back your family, yeah, you're gonna be Sudanese, but you're not gonna retrace back your family to Sudan. You're gonna retrace back your family to Nigeria.
Hey, then
That's
how come
100.
we're not considered Nigerians?
You're gonna retrace back your family. It's like probably it's like 50% Nigeria and 20% in Benin
Okay,
and
you're the one who just
40%.
said, you just said most of us got most of our DNA in Nigeria. A lot of us do have West African DNA. Why are we not considered part of those West African countries right now?
You can claim you're citizen if you go out there.
No, they don't let that happen. You can't say, here's a DNA test, boom. No. If you're going to be a citizen there, they go by lineage.
I'm going to tell you this. Like, how many African Americans that went back to Ghana and as they got citizenship?
None, but not many. They got a right to abode. They don't really get citizenship like that.
A lot of them. They went back and as they got their citizenship.
They get something called a right to abode. Most of us are not from Ghana. That's a tourism hustle. And then you got to drop a bag off over there. And then when we get over there, Black folks are getting killed, getting their houses finessed. It's a cluster flop over there with that damn citizenship. That's not nothing to brag on, sir. I don't even want to open up those can of worms. But go ahead.
No, I will say it's like, okay, well, you said like reparation, and then you're gonna get to your people, African American. That's what you said, and well, good luck. African American, I've been fighting for, what is that? for like for 50 years. They've been fighting for the prison reform for 50 years. They haven't got that. And like, what do you think? Like, how many years are they going to fight for that? Is they going to get that reparation?
We've been fighting for prison reform for 50 years. No, we haven't. We haven't been fighting for prison reform because the prison thing, we haven't been fighting for prison reform for 50 years.
Okay.
I don't even know what your point is, sir. That's interesting. You're talking about what we're not going to get, sir. You come from a country where they wash their hair in cow piss. You're talking about what we're not going to get, sir?
Well, definitely, that's it's gonna be hard, man.
Sir, y'all eat bush meat on dirt roads in your homeland with no running water in many of those places in their shanty towns. You really concerned about what foundational Black Americans got going on, sir?
It's the same people. You're gonna retrace back to your same people. If you're like,
Sir,
you're
sir, we ain't the same. We ain't eating bush meat on a dirt road, washing our hair in cow piss. We're not the same. What are you talking about?
all right. I'm done talking. All right.
Why are you gonna leave now? Is it about to get real? The truth?
Now
You talk about your homeland. You really want to go there? Talk about what we got going on here.
I'm
You don't.
just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. You're gonna retrace back. If you're gonna, troll your people, yeah, that's your people. You talk about, like the cow piss and all that. That's your people. You're gonna retrace back to Nigeria and Ghana
No,
and all that. You know what I mean? That's your
no.
people.
Well, yeah, that's the world traces back there,
If,
sir.
if you're gonna talk bad about them, so that's your people. That's your own
Also,
people. You know what I
sir,
mean?
hey, by the way, those didn't exist when some of the people from our lineage were in Africa. Those countries didn't exist, sir. So yeah, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. We're from here. This is our homeland, sir. We're the home of freedom. We're the home of justice. We're the home of Majara spirit. We're the home of creating. We're the home of ingenuity. And you're the home of piss shampoo from cows, right?
Yeah, you're making fun of your people. You trace back to Nigeria. Oh yeah, definitely. That's your
Okay.
own people.
Okay, I'm gonna let you get that pissy conditioner out your hair right now. All right, let me let you do that. Okay, and tell Myron I said hi. All right.
All right, I gotta let you go. Bye.
Nerve, the damn nerve. The hell you pointing the finger at us, talking about what we ain't gonna get, and you over there eating a slab of bush meat in a damn shanty town. What the damn nerve of these people? I told y'all, man. That's why y'all never hear these people criticize Myron. They always talk about us. When we check the Myrons, all of the vitriol is towards us, never him, because they agree with him. A lot of them have the same anti-FBA mindset as him, which is rooted in jealousy. And then they try to Africanize us. See, let me tell you something about the tether class. They want to Africanize us so bad. They always try to Africanize us. They want to make us African too, so that they can tether on anything we accomplish. Because when we delineate all of those failures, they got to eat them. So it's like we all African, so we're all failing over there. So yeah, the failure of Africa is all of our failure. No, it ain't. No, it ain't, sir. That's all you. We all the same. No, we're not. We are not washing our hair in giraffe piss. We're not doing that, sir. Oh, I have to leave now. Yeah, you don't leave now. Don't leave now. Yeah, Myron is a smart guy. Yeah, I mean, and then you wonder why people are indifferent to this damn immigration roundup that's about to go down. And that, yeah, I wonder. I should have asked him where he was. I think he must be over here because the immigration roundup is about to go down, and yeah, he kind of has concerns about that. Yeah, these Haitian immigrants. He kept bringing up Haiti. I'm like, what the hell is he bringing up Haiti? So he must be over here. That January 20th is creeping up on his ass. So yeah, he's like, oh, it's back to the bushmeat. Oh, that January 20th is creeping up. So yeah, they they're kind of crashing out. They want to sambo themselves into the good graces of white people, but no, they can't. Myron Gaines has kind of monopolized the sambo end, so they don't know what to do. Let me get Elon in here. Yeah, that January 20th is creeping up, and he's a little nervous. We're all the same, nigga. No, we're not. Bon voyage. What's up, Elon?
Hey, how's it going, Tariq? You know, I always keep I always keep it short in here. I just have 3 quick things, and it's gonna be very short.
Yes.
First of all, I don't understand why we even entertain the tethered babble. Sometimes, what they need to understand and tell their tether. Oh, go ahead.
To enlighten us, it's very important to understand what their mindset is. That's very important. But go ahead.
Yes, what they need to understand. Go tell your family and friends if you're a tether. We were here. We built this country. So let's say if I went to Nigeria and there was nothing established in Nigeria and we went there and built it, then we would be foundationally Nigerian.
Yeah.
We did that over here. We built the country. So our families came from that lineage of building this country.
Wow.
Therefore, we are foundationally Black Americans.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
Second thing is I put in the comments, all these people are also pissed off because they know that their birthright citizenship is about to end on January 20th.
Yep.
So they trying to create all kinds of havoc. Third thing is, if you have a governor, a mayor, anybody, family, friends who you don't fit, and they are harboring illegals, I put the video and the number to call. They are going to jail. So when people like Gavin Newsom, the mayor of New Mexico, the governor of New Mexico, the governor of Illinois, when they say stupid, like we're going to protect these illegal immigrants, we are going to arrest them. Anybody who's harboring illegal immigrants, you're going to jail.
Man. Thank you so much, Elon. I appreciate you, brother. But yeah, all of that, we're all the same. We are the same people. You know what that is? Niggas, help us, FBA niggas. When they come get us, we need you to help us. But he can't even hold his contempt enough to really get some help. That's what they want us to help him. But this guy can't even hide his damn contempt good enough. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got to ask them the right questions. We're all the same. We're the same. We're the same people. I feel about Myron Gaines. He's a smart guy. I agree with him. Get the hell out of here then. Hold your own nuts. Hold your own damn nuts. You see? I ain't lifting a finger. You're not going to sit up here and denigrate us. And then the truth came out. Oh, you niggas been fighting for reparations. You've been fighting for prison reform. Look at you. He couldn't even hold his contempt.
From New York Times best-selling author Tariq Nasheed comes Foundational Black American Race Baiter, the groundbreaking book shaking up the conversation on race in America. As one of the most influential voices for Black Americans today, Nasheed exposes the tactics used to manipulate, subjugate, and control Black communities. In this powerful read, Tariq Nasheed equips you with the knowledge to resist injustice and reclaim your narrative. Don't miss out on the book that's redefining the game. Foundational Black American Race Baiter, available now at official FBA.com. Get your copy today.